morning. We just got back from San Francisco yesterday. We originally had a wedding there. It was Alejandro's college friend that got married, and it was so fun. We flew right into Sonoma. We have a direct flight there, which is amazing. It was like perfect timing. We like landed, picked up the rental car, ran to the hotel, changed, went to the venue, and like got there like right as they were starting. Beautiful wedding. It was at like this farm, and then the next morning we woke up, and my brother actually lives in the Bay Area, so he actually drove up and met us in Sonoma. We went to a really fun winery. We actually went to a couple. Also wanted to check out the Bay Area, so it was a good excuse for us to just spend more time there. I did sleep through my alarm this morning, which was such a bummer. Guys, I never do that. I must have been just so tired, which makes sense because we've been like going and going. Instead of that, I looked at the classes that were going on today, and none that I'm gonna probably do. So I'm gonna go on a really long walk. Time for breakfast. I'm gonna make some scrambled eggs and a smoothie for myself, and then I'm gonna make eggs and toast and smoothie for Alejandro. Not that anyone cares, but I've been microdosing yogurt, microdosing like full dairy since I got back from France, and it didn't mess with my stomach. I'm like, okay, I'm really trying to figure this out because I have some, maybe I'll dive into another video on like my thoughts on dairy. Part of me thinks we eat way too much of it as Americans. Like we should not be eating it on everything, personally. But I think if it doesn't mess with you, like if you can eat it and it doesn't affect your stomach or whatever inflammatory stuff, I think it's okay to have in portions. So we have a local farm that has whole milk Greek yogurt, and to me, finding dairy that's local is far more important than really anything else, like even like protein stuff. So if I can find it local and the ingredients are minimal, that's what's important to me. So right now I'm just starting with Greek yogurt. There's nothing in my mind that I think would ever drink whole milk, like, because I don't put milk in my coffee. We don't really eat cereal. I don't really know when we would ever eat whole milk anyways. Like I'm not just gonna like drink a glass of milk. So yogurt just makes the most sense. And so I've been doing like a spoonful or two a day. Just because, I mean, it does taste really good. So, and it hasn't been like messing with my stomach yet, which is why I'm like starting really small. I don't want to like fully introduce it into my diet because I haven't had dairy fully in like a long time. So obviously for like going out and stuff, I don't like really pay attention to it, but that's the weird thing is like if I'm going out and I have like cheese on pizza, it messes with my stomach. So like there's still something there that like my body's rejecting. Don't really know what it is, but so far this local yogurt hasn't been messing with my stomach, so. But it could also be because I'm not eating a ton of it, so. Okay, let's make some eggs. some work, and for some reason I am still not able to wake up today. Oh, I'm so exhausted. So I'm gonna make another cup of coffee. I'm also gonna munch on some strawberries. I got some fresh strawberries yesterday, and it kind of sounds good. What you hear? Ooh. Washed them first thing when I got them yesterday, so I'm gonna do that. I always clean my fruits and vegetables with Koala Echo. We have like a cedar red fence outside. Whenever the sun hits it right and I put my camera on the window, it makes my face look really red, so no, it's not sunburn. With this heat, I decided to drive over to Los Mason, which is like a state park on the lake, because it's so hot. I'm like, I could go for another walk, but I'm gonna save another walk for the evening. I had a very good day at work today. You know, some days you're just like knocking it, like just crushing it and just like knocking up the charts. That was me and my to-do list today. I was just like knocking it out. Yeah, I worked on some edits for a video, which is essentially like a promo video for people that we're going to be pitching for next year's summit, which is like a bigger panel event still for founders and startups, but we kind of extend the invite past just the founders and CEOs. But we're working on putting a really good pitch together, because we're pitching some really cool names, and you guys, I will keep you in the loop on that because it's going to be so exciting. So pulling together a video for that, and it's been fun. Obviously not like a pro video editor, but I can definitely do the job. Like I can get the commercial to a point where it's like pretty good. Anyways, I'm just stoked to jump in the water. My morning walks nowadays are sort of like a non-negotiable. If this truck is coming down here, I'm definitely stopping the camera. You're back. Yeah, anyways, what I was saying is now that I've been doing them for so long, I have this weird like negativity brain fog that like sits in my head and really won't go away. The only time I get quiet is like my showers and my walks. And so I think the only time our head can like be at peace is when we create those moments. And nowadays you have to be so much more intentional about being in the quiet because it's so hard to find that nowadays. It sounds weird because I'm definitely doing these walks for myself, but like I also do these walks for my boyfriend. I also do these walks for my boss because they get a better version of myself if I'm taking care of myself. It's such a beautiful day. Just a little preview. I don't like the song I have on there currently, and I need to cut the clips up a lot more, but here's like a little preview.
Coming together like this, telling real stories. We're going to talk about some AI, but we want to have real conversations.
Yeah, that alignment is absolutely critical. Commitment to that alignment as a business owner is absolutely critical. It was
I'm starting to feel like today's just literally a repeat of yesterday because I've literally just been working the whole time and haven't been filming or anything. So anyways, a couple hours passed, like 5 hours, and I'm gonna make a quick lunch, and it's literally gonna be the same thing as yesterday: taco meat, spinach, and tomatoes. I actually have some leftover rice from last night's dinner, so I'm gonna get some of that up as well. I am a sucker for sushi rice. You guys, if you don't only cook with sushi rice, I don't know what you're doing. The texture in sushi rice, it's because it has more starch, I think, but anyways, it's the best. Although this is basmati because the store didn't have sushi, but you guys always get sushi rice no matter what. I think it's a bit more expensive, but it's worth it. Okay, I know yesterday I was talking about like microdosing dairy, which is such a funny way to say that. But because I haven't been able to eat dairy for so long, I was buying like the non-dairy Viva Life cheese and stuff, and I like put that on my stuff because it's like, oh yeah, I can't have dairy, whatever. But you guys, I think that was actually not aiding. It was worsening my stomach issues. So going back to like what I was saying yesterday, my mentality nowadays is really just like eating real foods. So if I am gonna eat dairy, I wanna make sure it's local and good. If I'm gonna eat meat, I wanna make sure it's local and good. Like, yeah, if I can't eat something, then I shouldn't eat it. I'm not gonna eat like, I don't want to like hate on people who do, because whatever, this is just what I'm doing. But yeah, I've just found that like obviously processed fake cheese is not good for you. And if you can't eat cheese, then you just shouldn't eat cheese, and you shouldn't eat processed cheese. That's how I feel about like people who are vegan and eat like the processed meats. You guys, that's like way worse for you than just eating the meat or just not eating the meat. I don't know what I'm saying. But I also just feel like recently, if I have that mentality when it comes to food, everything just becomes so much easier. Like there's just no overthinking. You're just eating food. Eating real food. That's all it is. And this is probably a really funny like conversation for someone who like has never struggled with like an eating disorder or like has never thought about food in a weird way. I have for almost my entire life. I feel like these last couple years have been super healing, and I usually don't think about it anymore. Next on my list, I feel like I have to like take things one step at a time, you know? You don't want to like dive too far into like habit fixing. So I kind of just like focus on one thing at a time. So right now it's focusing on, you know, doing some of the dairy, focusing on real foods. But the next thing I really want to work on is like the microplastic stuff, because I want to stop using plastic bags, plastic wrap. It just sounds really difficult because I've spent my entire life doing that and using that. So like it's gonna be difficult because like my whole process with everything is gonna have to change, but it's doable. So I'm making it a priority. Just like that, we're back to work. All meet up. Normally when we have our Thursday cleaning days, I'll drink wine, but I have a sculpt class at 5:30, so that inhibits that. Not Ollie in the background.
Wow.
Anyways, made this pink lemonade earlier, so this will be the fun drink for the afternoon. Okay, I'm kind of in a hurry because I have to get ready for class, but I wanted to show you guys something that I just did. You know those like Rent the Runway like subscription things where you can rent dresses from? Well, we had the wedding in San Francisco, and I just didn't have anything in my wardrobe that I felt comfortable with the dress code for, and like the colors and stuff. So I was like, I don't want to buy another dress. I also don't want to buy a cheap dress that I'm not going to wear again, or an expensive one I'm not going to wear again. So anyways, my friend Kate actually sent me like her friend discount code to try. This company is called Nuuly. I know there's a million out there, but this one was honestly like really affordable for the quality of clothing that from the selection. The first month is like $98 and you get 6 pieces of clothing, and I'm just gonna walk you through them. This is the sweater. I got a large, and I wore this almost the entire trip because it was really cold in San Francisco. It was also perfect to like wear over my dress in the wedding. Now, the other ones, I literally only wore one of these other dresses. Your picture here. It was perfect. Like it fit my body so perfectly. I loved it so much. Their dresses were also amazing. I should have like gotten more stuff that I could have worn outside of just the wedding, but I was like worried that like that wasn't gonna work out, so I like literally got 4 other dress options. I'll see if I can find a code. I don't know. I'll add it in the description. Highly recommend. Really. Getting ready for Sculpt. I always make sure, I just washed my face. I always make sure before I go into these hot classes, my face is cleaned really well, and I use the Witch Hazel toner because acne. We just got done with Sculpt. That was, I feel like I was gonna pass out 10 times. Look at the red on my face. Yeah. Okay, my face is literally still red from our class, but we are gonna go meet up with some friends. Friends DJing. So.